A boy was seconds away from falling to his death, and Clint Eastwood risked everything to save him. The street went silent except for the sound of crumbling concrete and frantic screams. Dust filled the air as pieces of the old balcony gave way, and no one believed anyone could act fast enough, except Clint. Before we go any further, hit like and share this story, because what happens next will shock you. Clint's eyes locked onto the terrified child clinging to the edge, his heart racing like never before. Without hesitation, he sprinted toward the danger, ignoring the chaos and the warning shouts around him. But this wasn't just a random accident. The boy was tied to a secret so dangerous that some powerful people would do anything to keep it hidden. Just as Clint reached out, the balcony cracked louder than before, threatening to collapse completely. The whole crowd held its breath as Clint grabbed the boy's hand in a grip that saved a life. But the story didn't end there. What if saving that boy meant stepping into a storm of betrayal, danger, and hidden enemies? What would you risk if you knew the truth could destroy everything? This is just the beginning. Tell me, have you ever faced a moment where one choice meant risking it all? The moment Clint pulled the boy to safety, the crowd erupted in cheers, but Clint's mind raced. This was no ordinary rescue. The boy whispered a name before collapsing into tears, a name tied to a dark secret involving local officials and a dangerous cover-up. Suddenly, Clint realized the boy wasn't just a victim. He was a key witness in a game of corruption and power that ran deeper than anyone imagined. As they hurried away from the crumbling building, Clint felt eyes watching them from the shadows, people who wanted the boy silenced forever. Then, a mysterious stranger approached Clint, handing him a USB drive, saying, "This holds everything you need to bring them down. But be careful, they're already coming for you." Clint's jaw clenched as the weight of the fight ahead settled in. What would you do if saving one life meant putting your own on the line? And how far would you go to expose the truth? The next twist will leave you breathless. As Clint examined the USB drive, the screen on his phone lit up with a live news alert. An anonymous tip had just exposed a web of corruption reaching the highest levels of the city government. But before Clint could process the shock, his phone buzzed again. "We know where the boy is. Give up or he dies." Panic surged, but Clint's resolve only grew stronger. The mysterious stranger vanished into the night, leaving Clint with more questions than answers. Suddenly, Clint heard footsteps behind him. Was it an ally or the enemy closing in? The boy's secret wasn't just a story. It was a ticking bomb ready to explode and bring down those who thought they were untouchable. What would you do if every step you took put you closer to danger? Would you run or fight for justice? Justice. The truth is more shocking than you think. And it's about to come out. Clint turned sharply, facing the shadowy figure creeping closer, his heart pounding in slow motion as the music swelled. But instead of an attacker, it was a familiar face, a trusted friend from Clint's past who had mysteriously disappeared years ago. The friend whispered urgently, "They've been watching you since the rescue. You're not just fighting for the boy anymore. You're up against an entire system built on lies." Suddenly, the friend handed Clint a hidden recording proving that the boy's family had been silenced long ago to keep the secret buried. Clint's face tightened, the weight of betrayal sinking in deeper than ever. Could he trust this ally, or was this another trap? And what if the biggest threat wasn't the corrupt officials, but someone even closer? The fight was only getting darker. Would Clint risk everything to bring the truth into the light? What about you? How far would you go for justice when everyone seems to be watching? Clint's breath caught as the familiar face revealed truths darker than he had imagined. The friend, eyes shadowed with guilt and fear, explained how deep the corruption ran, how entire families were erased, how lies were spun to protect the powerful, and how the boy was the last piece of a puzzle that could shatter the city's fragile peace. As they spoke in hushed tones, the street outside grew eerily quiet, the shadows lengthening like silent witnesses to their secret. Clint's mind raced. Every ally might be a traitor, every step forward a trap. Yet giving up was not an option. So what about you? What would you risk to stand for what's right? Sometimes all it takes is one person daring to step forward, and that person could be you. The story ends here, but the fight goes on.